Hello, welcome to the ThePrairieKnitter podcast. My name is Dana. I am a knitter coming to you from Manitoba, Canada, and we are joined today by my dog, Odette, or Odie for short. She's my knitting buddy. All right, if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and maybe consider subscribing. And if you've watched my previous videos, thank you so much. It means so much to me for everyone who's watched my videos, subscribed, commented. I'm still so blown away by everything. I can't believe it. So today we are going to talk about some finished objects, works in progress, and a little adventure I went on today. So let's start off with what I'm wearing here. So this is a sweater that I knit, let's pull the sleeves down, that I knit last year. It is called the Villianen sweater by Niju K-P over on Ravelry. I will put the name down below. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, and I'm so sorry for that. I'm terrible at that. I feel awful. I'll do my best, but everything will be written, so you'll be able to find it. And I'll put links in the description as well. So I knit this sweater using Hidden Pond yarn. She is a Canadian dyer over in Quebec. She has a site. I've talked about her so much before on my previous episodes. I love her yarn so much. I buy from her quite a bit. This is her warm and toasty colorway, dyed on a special base. She doesn't have this base available in shop. It is a fingering weight 100% alpaca yarn. This is my first time wearing it today, and I took it out on my adventure, and it's carrying an umbrella because it's been on and off raining, and the umbrella kept getting stuck in it, so there's a bunch of snags now that I gotta deal with. So hopefully I can go those out, but sad. Anyhow, I think that's it for this one. Let's move on to my first finished object, well, my only finished object today. So I finished, yay, my own designs, wide neck, oversized sweater that you've seen so many times before already. So as I said, this is my own design. It's not available yet. I will write it up. I think I'm going to take a bit of a break from knitting these sweaters for just a little while. When I'm ready to work on the pattern, I will do that and make another one while I write down the pattern, because I think that'll help. Anyways, this is knit using a strand of Knit Picks Eco Superwash 100%, no, it's not 100%, it's alpaca nylon blend, and it's a fingering weight bare color, so there's no dye on it. And then I held it with a Surrey alpaca base from Woolberry Fibre Co. It was part of her collection. I think it was the March collective. So it's a special yarn club that you join, and you get yarn every month. So I think this was March colorway. It's called Homebody. I don't know if you can tell, but it's this stormy blue. And I just love how it marls with the white. I'm not a blue fan. I don't know if you've noticed that I don't really show a whole lot of blues. There's a lot of pinks and warm tones. Not a whole lot of blues. I think this is the only blue I have. We'll see. I don't hate it. I actually love it. It's been matching the stormy weather we've been having for a while as well. So that's the only finished object I have. Moving on to works in progress. So I've been working on The Snowy Forest by Midori Hirose. I am almost done the yoke. Wow, look at those cables. It's kind of like a straw color. It is from Pasley Knits yarn company. She is a Canadian dyer, and I think she's over in BC, British Columbia, I believe. Oh my gosh, I should know this. BC. We'll say that. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself. This was her Pi Day yarn, so a bunch of indie dyers got together and dyed some yarn that was pie themed for Pi Day, which is March 14th, my birthday. So of course I had to buy yarn when they released it on March 14th. So this is Honey. It is her Sailing Sport, which is 100% alpaca held with her Swimming Surrey. It is so soft, such a oh my gosh, so squish factor, the squish factor. Oh, okay. I'll talk a little bit more about the pattern itself and my thoughts on it once it's finished and I can try it on. I'm a little nervous. This is my first time knitting an actual pattern in a while, and I'm a little nervous about how it's going to fit. We'll see. Another thing that's been getting some love, so I've been working doing lighting and sound for a friend of mine for her dance show that was on this past week. It just finished yesterday, so I had 3 days there, and while the audience lets in, I'm sitting in the booth and there's music playing. I don't really have much to do, so I've been knitting. Now, I started this a long time ago and I just haven't touched it in a while, so made some progress on it. It's a tube. It looks like a tube. This is the Friday Shrug by Caddy Jack's Knits. It's a free pattern over on Ravelry. It does have like a fade in the pattern. I omitted that. I just took the stitch count, the gauge, I kind of fudged that a bit, knead up my own fabric that I liked, but I used her stitch count and just knit in the round. I am using Hidden Pond yarns. It was just like a mini skein fade that she had. I just put some colors together. I actually split it up and I have another one. I don't have it here right now, but I've got another one to show later when I finish that. This one has 2 more balls left. And then it'll be done. I'll show that hopefully next episode too, if I work on it. I swear I cast this on months ago and I haven't touched it. So that is it for current whips that I've been working on. I wanted to talk quickly about some yarn I got in the mail the other day. It is my Woolberry Fibre Co. collective skeins. I think it was May or June. Anyways. Gorgeous. This is called Summer Holidays. It's on her Berry Tweed DK base. Now this is a merino base. I don't typically knit with merino. I'm usually strictly alpaca, mohair, cashmere, that kind of stuff. Not so much the wool. I find sheep's wool makes me a little congested, so I don't enjoy it as much. As well, the feel, once you've knit with alpaca, it's really difficult to knit with anything else, but this is pretty soft. I would say it's definitely not scratchy at all. It's a little stiffer than alpaca is. Alpaca is a very drapey yarn. If you hold the skein up, alpaca would fall over, but this stands up. So a little stiffer. I'm looking forward to it. I have no idea what pattern I'm going to do it with, but this is probably going to be pretty soon cast on. I am just loving this color. It reminds me of turmeric. Kind of a fall tone, even though it is called Summer Holiday. It reminds me of fall. So if you've got any pattern suggestions, I don't know really what to do with tweed. I keep thinking with this color I want a cable sweater, but I think the tweed bits in it will distract from the cables and it might get muddled and not show the yarn the best. So I'm really struggling to figure out what pattern to do for this. So any suggestions, share them in the comments. It's a DK weight, so I'm going to hold it by itself with anything, so just a DK weight pattern. I'm thinking something boxy, slightly cropped. I've got 4 skeins of it, so usually a DK sweater takes me about 4.5 skeins, but that's pretty oversized and long, so I figure if I go a little cropped and a little smaller, I can get away with 4 skeins. Fingers crossed. Everyone's going to be different depending on what size you need and, you know, what size you want. You know, positive ease, negative ease, whatever floats your boat. I like a lot of positive ease. All right, on to my adventure. So today I went over to 2 farms that are local to Manitoba. They were putting on what they called a Fibre and farm market today. So there was a lot of local farms that sell yarn, sheep, alpaca, all of that at this market today. It was about a 45-minute drive from home, all highway, so that was fun. And I got to do a hay ride. I did a hay ride. It took about 15 minutes to get to the far end of their property. You know, it was a tractor pulling it, so 15 minutes by tractor, and there was a bunch of sheep, and they didn't tell me this at the time. You know, I just knew I was in for some sheep, to see some sheep, but when we got there, there was some alpaca as well. I was so excited to see the alpaca, so I took some footage of that. I will insert it either probably here or at the end. We'll see. I've got so much footage to put together for that. We will see how my editing skills go. Anyways, so I picked up some goodies while I was there, so I'm going to show you some of those as well, and, you know, promote the local farms and dyers and makers and artists. All right, my bag of goodies. So let's start with this one here. So I got a new project bag for my sweaters. I have been wanting a project bag for a while. I've got a bag that I picked up at Chapters, which is a Canadian bookstore. And I like it and it stands up, but I only have one of them. And I usually have more projects than that. I've got a nice big tote bag. It sits with me over here. This is from Hidden Pond. She gave it to me with one of my orders, so it gets a lot of use. This is my whips of shame. Yeah, we'll call it my whips of shame. Projects that I'm no longer working on right now. I think there's about like 2 or 3 sweaters in here, as well as all the balls of yarn that are left over from other sweaters that I've knit. I just kind of throw everything in here, so I need to bring it up to my office, which is where I keep all my yarn, and go through it, put it away, figure it out. But for now, this bag works perfect. But yeah, so I picked up this one to put my current sweaters in. I'm so excited for it. So this is from Smash Knits. I'll show you here. She had a lot of gorgeous yarn. It was mostly sheep's wool. Well, it was all sheep's wool. A little bit of, I think she had some, did she have some mohair? Anyways, so I didn't buy any, but I took some footage of all the beautiful yarn, so I will, you'll see that in the montage. All right, moving on. Then, ooh, I've got a bunch of leather goodies from a shop called Purl and Hank. So first thing I got is this little pouch. It's leather. So what you do with it is all your interchangeable needles, you put the cords in here. So I'm excited to organize some of those, at least the ones that I use most often, or, you know, at least one of each size. We'll see. I'll probably need to get another one, but she gave me some exciting news. She's thinking about, or hopefully going to be opening up an actual storefront in Winnipeg. So that'll be exciting. So I'll easily be able to get more of these if I need them. I also got this little cincher, like drawstring cincher, which I'll talk more about later what I've got plans for that. And I got this leather strap. So it's called like a shawl holder. It doesn't have a name on it. Anyways, you use it to wrap some shawls. Next time I have a shawl, I will show you how this is done. So that's what I got there. Then there was an alpaca stand, and you know I love alpaca. So 100 Fold Farm was there with beautiful alpaca yarn, alpaca rugs, finished objects like some cowls, some toques. She had a shawl there that was gorgeous and a few other goodies. So I purchased this one skein. She only had the one there. This is baby alpaca from two alpacas combined, Francine and Jedi. It's a chunky weight, 100 grams. So I'm thinking about making a cowl with this. It is so soft, so fluffy, so squishy that I want it by my face. I want it by my face. So I am going to knit a narrow cowl with this, and then I'm going to use this from Purl and Hank to cinch it in at the neck. I live in Canada. It gets really cold in winter, so I'm hoping that'll be my go-to neck face warmer this winter. So I'm probably going to get that started right away. I'm probably not going to use a pattern for it. I'll probably do it on my own, maybe put a cable in it or something. We'll see. But yeah, exciting. Then I walked around for a bit and made it back to her shop and noticed that she had some alpaca roving. So I own a spinning wheel. I own the Ashford Kiwi 2 spinning wheel. I haven't spun in at least 5 years, if not longer, and I was never very good at it. I think my first skein, it was, lumpy, bumpy. There's thin, small, all over the place. I did a 2-ply and then I knit it up into a cowl and I wear it proudly. So happy with how it turned out, but I am no good. I think one of the issues is I had purchased a lot of alpaca blankets, so that's when they shear the alpaca and shove it in a bag. Then I buy it from the farm and I have to clean it, wash it, pick at it, get all the debris out of it, all the bugs, all the, stuff. And then I have to card it and then spin it. It's a lot of work. Now, I was just in my basement the other day and I noticed I have a lot of those. So hopefully that'll be a July, August project and I can get working at that. But, I thought I would start with this, something that's already a roving for me that is ready to go so I can practice some of my spinning skills. So I got two of these, so they're 100 grams each, so 200 in total. Hopefully I can do a toque out of it, like a hat, beanie, whatever you want to call it. I'm in Canada, we call them toques. Then I was talking with the owner a little bit longer and I kept eyeing something that was there, a unique product, and I just couldn't resist. I kept looking at it, I was like, no, and I'm like, I moved into my current house about 2 years ago. This is our second full summer here. So we really haven't done much decorating at all. We haven't bought any furniture, proper furniture for the house. I got this chair, which is my knitting nest. It is a circle. It's a 5-foot diameter. I got a picture of it on my Instagram if you want to check it out. I've got my Instagram linked in the description, or not linked, but, stated in the description. So there's a picture of it in there. It's beautiful. Love it. So comfy. It's a nest. Perfect word for it. Anyways, this is going to stay, but pretty much everything else in the house is kind of temporary furniture. I do have a couple prints that I purchased from one of my favorite artists, Agnes Cecily. I think that's her name. She's an Italian painter. So I've got a couple prints from her that I'm going to get framed and put up around the house. Other than that, I really have no idea. Like, interior decorating is beyond my skill level. I have no idea what I'm doing. Anyways, so I kept staring at these pillows that she had. They were woven. It's a 80% alpaca, 20% merino woven front pillow. And she had two of them there. One was tan with cream and gray. Not such a cool tone. It was kind of a cool bluey gray. And then there's this other one. This one. I couldn't resist. I wish she had two, but honestly, I don't know what color couch we're going to end up with and whether it's going to be washed out on it or stand out, so maybe one's fine. But then I thought, hey, maybe the green chair, my knitting chair, needs a pillow. So I ended up going with it, and I'm so happy that I did. Again, it is from Hundredfold Farm. Manitoba farm here with alpacas. I'm so excited. Anyways, so I'll probably put the video montage of my adventures at the farm today and some views of the prairies in there. So I hope you enjoy that, and we'll talk again in a week or so and show you my updates. Anyways, enjoy your day. Thanks for watching. Bye.